Hi, John here with North Peak Invest. Welcome back to NPU. Today we're going to be talking about what to expect when buying a property in the Midwest markets. Specifically, we'll be talking about the building standards and the expectations you and your tenants may have. First, let's talk some history. Since America was founded on the East Coast, the oldest structures start there and get newer as you make your way to the West. And since technology gets better with time, the buildings get safer and more structurally sound the newer they are. This means that if you were raised on the West Coast, you are used to living in some of the newest and most up-to-date homes. This is not to say there isn't new construction all over the country. There absolutely is. However, these are generally not the homes we're buying. That's not where the investment opportunity is. With this history understood, there are some things you can expect when buying a rental property in the Midwest. There are many ways construction has changed over the last 150 years. One of them is the incredible consistency home builders are able to produce. When you watch a new neighborhood go up today, you see 5 different models built exactly the same over and over again by the hundreds. Every floor is flat, every wall is straight and square. That is something we take for granted nowadays. When homes were built 100 years ago, there were no laser levels and surveying equipment was much more primitive. Everything about how a home was built was different. Electrical wires were run through porcelain knobs and tubes along true dimensional redwood studs. Plumbers used iron pipe instead of plastic PEX tubing. In fact, many of the foundations were built from brick, not concrete and rebar. Some of these homes have been updated and some of them haven't. Some of these issues are worth fixing and some of them aren't. I'll give you an example. You may walk into a home in the Midwest that is turnkey, ready for an investor and a tenant, and see a wall that isn't perfectly straight and maybe even bows out a little bit. You may notice as you walk across the floor, you feel a slight wave as the subfloor is settled on the joists. In fact, if you were to set a marble on that floor, it may roll to one wall. You might go into the basement and notice a little bit of moisture. But I want to assure you, this is okay. It's normal. The tenant, the property management, and the neighbors are all used to it. However, there are some issues that are very important to us. When we go through and update these homes, there are things we want to fix most of the time. Things like electrical and plumbing are almost always worth updating. Roof leaks, window leaks, and compromised foundations are also very important. Pest issues are addressed as well. We want to make sure every home is safe and inhabitable. In fact, we want to go beyond that by being the house that stands out and raises the bar. North Peak has no interest in running or promoting a slum. We would much rather be the diamond in the rough that sets a new standard. Now that you know how different these homes can be, you can understand why the inspection reports will also look a little longer than what you're used to seeing. These code violations have been grandfathered in the past. These homes have been sold as is and still are sold that way today. Don't be surprised when you see a long bullet point list on the report. Again, this is normal. One more thing I want to mention. The expectation from the tenants will be different as well. They most likely won't be expecting granite countertops and stainless steel appliances. Formica and stackable washers and dryers are the standard. Rent is also much more affordable because the average household income is around $30,000 to $40,000. In fact, just about everything is cheaper, so it all works out. Thanks for sticking with me. Part of our job is making sure you know what to expect and you aren't caught off guard when making your first purchase. Hopefully this was helpful and educational to you and makes your future investing decisions just a little bit easier. Thanks again for tuning in to NPU. I'll see you next time.